Hello, I'm former United States Congressman and Lieutenant Colonel retired Alan V. West. Just recently inducted as an honorary member of the International Blue Knights Law Enforcement Motorcycle Club. And it truly is a pleasure and an honor to have received this great distinction, because the main thing that I really do believe in and support are the men and women who make sure that we are protected day and night, whether our internal security or our external security. Our law enforcement officers that make sure that we can sleep peacefully at night in our homes, but also the men and women who serve in uniform who go abroad to ensure that our nation also sleeps peacefully at night. And oftentimes you see our men and women in uniform, once they have completed their military service, they transition over and they become members of our local law enforcement. And without them, we don't have a civil society. Without them, we don't have the great republics and the great countries that we live in, where we can easily enjoy the freedoms and the liberties and the ability to raise our children in safety and security. So I want to thank each and every one of you that are part of the Blue Knight Law Enforcement Motorcycle Club. And I would encourage more of you to join this exceptional organization, because without them, without what they do, without the recognition of their members, then we're just a little bit less of ourselves.
My passion for the Blue Knights is all the many years I've had of traveling within the organization and all over the world and meeting new friends, because the saying is, you just have friends that you just haven't met yet, and it's a wonderful idea and concept.
The greatest gift that I've received from the Blue Knight organization is the friendships that I've made and that will last me a lifetime.
The first thing that I think about is family. We are so much police officer or peace officer around the world that can get all together, and when you met all that brotherhood from other country and sisterhood, it's pretty neat. It's very cool.
It's that creed, it's that band of brothers that people talked about that came from the old Shakespearean play, that no matter if I have not met you, that thing that bonds us is that we believe in those common principles and those common values. And that's what makes us brothers and sisters in arms. And I think that's the great thing about this organization, and that's the great thing about military organizations, because we all have that commitment. Now, there are some in certain militaries that maybe have a different code or ethos, but still, they stand on the wall for their country, and we have to see them as brothers and sisters.
I live a long way away from my chapter, and I don't get to see them as often as I'd like. But the friendship is still there, and the pride is still there, and I just felt that I belonged to a family.
The biggest thing the Blue Knights has given to me is just, it's opened the world to me. I didn't have a passport before I joined the Blue Knights. Now I've lived in other countries, and it's not just friends, it's family.
The greatest gift the Blue Knights has given me is brotherhood. I have friends now that would drop everything if I had a need at all, any need. And that's been displayed especially in my chapter. And I have brothers that I would drop everything for.
Na pewno pierwszą i taką podstawową rzeczą to jest miłość do motocykla.
I think the first thing there would be, it is the love of riding motorcycles. This is how it all started in every club. And I believe that somewhere that this someone's mind that to join a club where one person to another person would get together and they help each other. Not just for riding around, but and practically just enjoy motorcycling, and this is how it all started, and it's how it's going to go.
Being in the Blue Knights is not like being a golf widow. You're much more involved, you're included. It's positively encouraged for you to come along with your family and start planning to do things together. Family-friendly venues where you've got a pool for the kids to splash around, and attractions nearby that the kids are going to be interested in, as well as all the social facilities for the adults to get together and have a good meeting and a chat with each other. It's good to see everyone get together and all get something out of it.
I think it's a good idea to bring kids on meetings so they can learn more about Blue Knights, and maybe they can be part of the Blue Knights when they're grown up and have good families and have fun. Because again, it's really good for them to learn experience about Blue Knights, and that they can tell other people.
We need more members. We need more members, not at certain places, but all over the world. So it should become bigger and more fun.
As far as recruitment in the Blue Knights, we look for, obviously, law enforcement officers who like riding motorcycles. The Blue Knights is a family organization. Families are welcome to participate in our events, to go riding motorcycles with us. Events such as our international conventions or regional events worldwide. There's always things for families to do, the wives, the children's, girlfriends, and so forth.
Well, if I could just personally give one thing back to the Blue Knights, I think it would be the time to dedicate and devote my time to the organization and to share my friendship and camaraderie as much as possible as they have to me.
There you have it. The stories of the heroes, just like we have right behind us at the Blue Knights exhibit at the American Police Hall of Fame. It's the only one in the world. We have over 20,000 members, 600 chapters in 27 different countries. It's a brother and sisterhood. It's like one great big family. That is the reason why I joined the Blue Knights. Come join our family. You'll be glad you did.